Welcome. Welcome in. Welcome to the zodiac readings for May, which will host Aries to Cancer, then Leo to Scorpio, and then Sagittarius to Pisces. All right, so let's get started here. Let's go ahead and start with Aries. We will start with Aries, and then we will see what type of message is for Aries for the month of May of 2024, right? I am using the Joy Seeker Tarot, That's the one that I'm using today. That's the one that will be bringing in the messages, and let's see what is going on for Aries, all right? We will take a look in terms of what is happening for Aries, so let's take a look here. All right, Aries, May 2024, Aries, May 2024. Let's take a look. What would Aries like to talk about? Or what should Aries keep in mind going into May? All right, let's take a look. What's happening for Aries, please? What's going on for Aries? Please and thank you. Thank you very much. There's one. Ooh, a King of Pentacles. I like it, but I do feel you. Oh, and a Three of Swords. Yikes. Okay. That's not a problem. Actually, that's not a problem. Let's keep going here. Let's see what's going on. Seven of Pentacles, and what's the next one? What's the final result here? What's going on? What's the final result? Please, thank you. What is the final result? Up. Yeah, I see you. Closing up what? What are you closing here, Aries? What's going on here? Oh, thanks. Closing up to any future investments. Ooh, Aries. Okay. All right, my lovelies, here we go. Here is what is happening for Aries, or keep in mind for Aries for the month of May. Underneath, I've got, yeah, makes sense. Okay, here we go. So, we've got these lovely cards, of course, and I will tell you guys what is going on. All right. For the month of May, you may have to check in with yourself, or rather, make a sound decision or judgment. Okay. You will require to make a sound decision or judgment in some kind of financial investment. All right. Financial investments seems to be the name of the game here in this case. So there will be something, it could be in a form of a contract. Be aware of that. It could be also something about, but it is monetary. Okay. It is monetary. It has some value, and it may feel like you are potentially, or someone is not getting the end of the bargain here. The proper reciprocity or mutual agreement or whatever. There is no sense of some kind of equal investment or equal outcome. Okay, outcome or resolution or something of that nature. Just be very aware that before you plan on signing anything in the future, that you do try to make sure it is in everyone's favor, including your own. Okay, everyone's favor, including your own. Now, for some of you though, you will do it anyway, or you have done this already, okay? And it's just a shitty situation at this point. However, you may be ruminating on some things that have happened and were not fair. And that is what is kind of keeping you stagnant. I'll be honest about that too. There is something that you may be overthinking, or you're holding on to something that was hurtful or not so super duper, and it's actually closing you off to a future coming up here. A future that actually wants to give you equally. Okay, so be very careful about that too. In case you guys have already done this and you're in a space of like this like shut-in mode, and you don't really want to give anything anymore because why? Because it's not worth it, and and the last one was a piece of shit, and Don't. Okay, don't go there too much for yourself, okay? Because what's happening here is, if you're still holding on to that unbalanced type of situation that may have happened here, then what's happening is you're actually closing off to a potential future that wants to come in and give you in an equal fashion. Okay, so just be very careful about that. Be careful that you are either, number one, you're signing something or you're agreeing to something that is not going to be in a lucrative favor. So just be careful about that and make sure that everything is coming out equally. Okay, it's coming out equally. Number two, if you've already done this, if it's already one of those like stains on your shirt that you want to wipe off, okay, but you're still ruminating in this type of feeling or whatever the case is, you're essentially, what you're doing is you're actually closing off any kind of future potential here that wants to come in and give you equally. So just be very, very careful on how you're perceiving something or how you will be going into something as well, okay? It really requires your genuine thought here in order to do the thing that feels correct and do the thing that actually feels morally right, okay? That's what this is about here. The King of Pentacles is a very stable stature in tarot in general. So just be very careful about not getting hoodwinked or anything of that nature. Or yeah, okay, it could be opposite, and it could be that an Aries did you dirty, right? For example, you gotta let that go because you're not allowing other energies that want to give you equally to actually come in here. You're literally blocking your own future from coming in here, okay? So just be very, very aware of that. And it is important to also just consider that everyone wins, not just one side, other side, whoever side, whatever side, okay? Everyone wins. It is very, very important that everyone wins, okay? Everyone gets equal share, all right? So that's for Aries for the month of May. For 2024, just be very, very aware of what is on the horizon and what is coming up, okay? So just be very aware of that. And yes, these will be for viewing on YouTube as well. So don't worry if you've missed yours, okay? Don't worry. All right, moving on. Next is Taurus. So Taurus, we're going to see what's happening for you in the month of May for the year of 2024, right? The lovely year of abundance is basically what this is, okay? So let's take a look here. Let's see what's going on for Taurus for the month of May. Now, you could be coming into new contacts. I will be honest about this one. You could be actually coming into new contacts that could also potentially evolve into a connection. It's there, it's out there, okay, so just keep that in mind for yourself, Taurus. So let's keep going here and let's take a look. Let's see what's going on for Taurus. I'm just saying that there could be a potential in order to just a potential of a connection to be made or to be explored or to be, how do you say that? It kind of comes on its own kind of thing, okay? In a nice, genuine and natural fashion. First off the bat, we've got the Five of Swords. Okay, so let's talk about this. The Five of Swords talks about an individual who always has to compete and always thinks they are right. They do things out of also a tendency to be a little bit stubborn and perseverant where they probably shouldn't be. I'll be very honest about that, but I will be looking into the next cards that pop out, and I want to make sure what this is, because sometimes it just might be telling you that some things could probably not be worth your time or worth your, maybe even expectations or your efforts, whatever the case is, okay? I will be looking into this, of course, and we'll see what is going on next. So Taurus, let's take a look here. There is nothing wrong. I do want to really highlight this. There is nothing actually wrong in being resilient, persistent, perseverant, and all that good stuff, right? But at some point, you do require to throw in the white towel for some things. Sometimes. It does happen that way. It really does happen that way. And it's something that we just need to admit to ourselves, okay? we've got the Fool on the side. Underneath here, we've got the Eight of Pentacles, and there are actually cards that fell on the floor. So give me 1 second. Ta-da! All right, let me just double check. Yeah, we're good. Okay, we're good. Okay, so, yeah, the Knight of Cups here, and then we've got the Strength card, which is also a Leo. We've got an, hold on, an Aries and a Aquarius as well. Let me see what's underneath. Yeah, okay. Yeah, okay. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. That's exactly what I was talking about. Okay, so let's discuss this and let's see where this goes. All right. Now, in this segment, Taurus, I do require to give you a little bit of a heads up, okay? There is a slight heads up here. It's quite literally, as I have mentioned, some things, in order to keep doing them over and over again and trying to salvage a situation here, all that stuff, they're not really all that, okay, hold on a second. Communication, King of Wands, I get it. King of Pentacles, I get it. Yeah. Okay. Now we have two things. Okay, we've got two things. First of all, some things are not worth your time and your effort and your genuine, I want to say heart. Okay, that's really what I want to say. Your true, passionate heart, right? However, there are other instances here, or rather, I would say other Tauruses, Taurians, I don't know, whatever way you want to say that, okay? So for some of you, some things are basically at a loss. You throw up your hands and you're basically throwing in the towel, saying no thank you. I get it. Totally get it. Depends on your situation, right? Second one is this. Some of you, though, you may have an individual here, or you may be this individual, that is trying their hardest to actually fix some things from before, restabilize some things alongside with you, but you or the other person are always at this little conundrum of blocking new beginnings. Okay, so either you do not want to fight with this person, you're taking things amicably, and you're accepting their apology, but you just want to move yourself forward. Okay. Others of you required to also be aware that some situations or some people have to have a towel, a white towel to be thrown in, and bygones be bygones. Okay, there is also that. So just be very, very aware of what you're really getting yourself into, depending on your own situation, right? There is this call to either try to look at something again. So there is a potential of that, because some of you might be a little bit too stubborn and you're blocking off an individual who may quite literally, genuinely try to be coming in and trying to fix some things alongside with you. But this will all depend on treatment. This will all depend on gaslighting, manipulating, abuse, all that stuff. Okay. And you guys know your situation best. You know whether to keep ignoring this, keep going forward in your own life, keep working on your own stability here, right? Healing and all that stuff. Or you will know whether or not to give this person a second chance. Not multiple chances, by the way, because that's going to turn you into a sucker, okay? But I'm talking about a genuine chance. And majority of the time, the saying is, a true genuine apology is one that has changed behavior. Okay, so keep that in mind. Depending on your own situation, of course. If it's not that soul crushing, okay, then you'll know to just, you're being a little bit stubborn, or they're being a little bit stubborn with you, right? And you can try to kind of finesse the situation in a more positive and tolerant and amicable direction. However, if it is basically abusive and there was just a lot of like anger and really like not so cool stuff here, guys, then you will know what to do in this situation. And you do have the support of blocking that energy then, in this case. Okay? Sometimes it's just a matter of, seeing if a person is actually acting the victim when they were actually the instigator. And other times it's seeing if the person truly made a genuine mistake and they do actually deserve another chance. Okay? So it really depends on the situation that you guys have gone through or you guys will be going through. Okay? Just be very aware of that. Otherwise, yeah, probably making money, trying your best to upkeep your financial life, your career, all that stuff. And that's going to be fine. There's not going to be any issues. Just be sure to segregate your money in specific places and specific responsibilities as well. Okay? Just be sure of doing that. All right, next one up, we've got Gemini. So Gemini in the month of May, let's see what is going on for you. Let's take a look for Gemini. Gemini, you might come into either Sagittarius or it's just a matter of making sure that you rebalance your own emotions or situations in maybe the household, maybe a family life, something of that nature. Maybe there requires to be some kind of change as well, something of that type. Okay, Gemini, but it will start potentially with you in the month of May. Okay, let's keep going. Let's take a look. Let's take a look what's for Gemini. Thank you. Okay, we've got time, patience, investments. Okay, so that's the first thing. And then we've got the 9 of Cups. Lovely. The 8 of Swords in reverse, actually. I do like that. That's lovely for you, Gemini. It means that you're finally letting go of the prison that you have in your mind. Super. Let's keep going. Let's see what's next. Justice. I like it. I like it. I like it a lot. Because we've got the Queen of Pentacles afterwards. This is very nice. This is very, very nice for you, Gemini. It's basically saying that you will achieve a type of stability that you've always wanted. Now, here's the catch. Well, it's not really a catch. It's just more of a allowance. It's an allowance. Okay, let's just say it like this. Okay, so you will find, Gemini, that your best life is one where you are not keeping yourself caged in your thoughts. You are not keeping yourself as a victim in your thoughts. And you will keep continuing to genuinely follow your own heart's desire. This is actually the main message for you, Gemini, for the month of May. Okay? This is the main message. It is telling you to give yourself a dang break. It really is. It's really telling you to give yourself a break. A break from outside situations, a break from things that, make you feel really disheveled, a break from overthinking situations, whatever the case is. Make sure that you are always following your own genuine path. Okay, now you will take a little bit of time for yourself, probably for the month of May, to identify. Okay, you will identify what actually makes you happy in life. What is it that truly makes you happy in life? And then what's going to happen is everything else will fall away and you will be able to lead most of a balanced disposition or a balanced life. Okay, so be very, very particular with your genuine self for the month of May. What feels good to you and not what looks good to others. All right, that's very, very important here. Again, what feels good to you, not what looks good to others. Because what's happening here is there's an imbalance of living a disingenuous or not authentic life. Okay, because you're following steps or following opinions of others or expectations of others, even society. All right. And when you don't do that for yourself, you start to have these things rather than this. Okay, when you're in this mode with the 8 of Swords in reverse, it means that you are no longer giving some things any more of your time or any more of your energy or any more of your worry. And that is what is important for the month of May here for you, Gemini. It is that you leave your troubles, you leave your mind alone. You leave it alone. You don't cage your heart inside your brain. Okay, don't do that. Yes. What will happen here is eventually, by the month of May, probably the end of the month, you will come to this conclusion of having the Queen of Pentacles as a result. Now, what this means is that you will be more of a reliable, nurturing, caring individual, and also implementing self-love towards yourself. Yes, that made kind of sense, but you know what I'm getting at, okay? So in this case, what's really happening is that you are going to basically start giving a little bit of leeway to your mind, to your thoughts, to your negativity, things of that nature, and more so following what makes you happy, okay? Now, be careful also, there's a little bit of a warning here, or a little bit of advice, whatever you want to take this as, okay? Be a little bit careful in doing a little bit too much partying or drinking or alcohol consumption or anything of that nature. Instead, implement it with a little bit more water instead of that other stuff. Don't do the route of May for the sense of escapism. That's not really going to help you too much, okay? That's really not going to be balancing you out very well. So do keep an eye on that. Please keep an eye on that, because eventually what may happen is if you're doing a little bit of too much escaping here, it's going to start to affect your finances, okay? And affect your well-being. So just be very careful about that part in the month of May, Gemini. But otherwise, it looks pretty good. It actually looks pretty good. You're going to be doing well if you try to moderate some things, including some things that are self-imposed. So just be a little bit careful of that and stay true to yourself, okay? Eventually, you'll get this Queen of Pentacles outcome. All right. But if you keep just doing, escapism and all that stuff, or escapism, whatever you want to call it, then it's going to start digging into your finances a little bit too much. So be careful about that. Keep everything balanced, all right, for yourself. Okay, so that's for Gemini. And then we will move on to Cancer. So let's take a look for Cancer. Let's see for a moment what is happening for Cancer for the month of May. Let's take a look. The month of May 2024. Let's take a look for Cancer. And then will be Virgo after that, and so on and so forth. Okay, so let's move along. Let's get going here. Let's take a look for Cancer. Cancer, for the month of May, there might be a little bit of a change going on. That is a potential. So let's take a look. Oh, well, I would call it like a transformation or something coming to an end in order for a new beginning to take form. Okay, let's call it that way. The reason that I said that is because I quite literally saw the Death card. But we will see what's happening here. Okay, so Cancer for the month of May 2024. Cancer for the month of May 2024. Thank you very much. You may feel like maybe there's a change in your financial situation. That is a possibility as well. Let me see what else is going on here. Okay, let's keep going. Let's keep going, because it seems like somebody requires to be a little bit honest with their financial standings. Okay. Let's keep going. Let's keep going. Let's keep going. So let's see what this may actually result in. Quite interestingly, the Chariot is Cancer, which is pretty interesting. Yeah. You may require to either tell someone to stop spending your money. Okay, this is a little too much. A little too much, but you may require to do that. In the month of May, you may require to tell someone to stop spending your money. You may require to actually understand the reality of a situation. It is also possible. Okay, let me see the back here. Yeah, it's financial. Okay. Thank you very much. That's all I needed to know here. So basically, there is this requirement. Now, here's the problem I'm having with you guys for Cancer, okay? The issue here is that you may not be 100% sure on how to deliver this message to maybe another individual, or you're quite literally, not seeing something because you don't want to see it. Okay, but let's be very, very honest here. There is a tendency to be stuck in one's mind due to their own financial, either not hindsight, that's not what it is. Hold on. It's a word. It's one of those words that basically says you're not seeing something that what it is, like the reality of something. So in this case, it might be the reality of a specific person, or it could also be the reality of your financial standings, or the finances of that other person. They could be blowing bubbles up your butt of saying that they're super rich and all that stuff and super dependable and all that stuff, but they're really not telling you the truth. Okay, Cancer? So just be very, very aware of this in general. Okay, just be very aware of this in general. There is a requirement here to not overthink the situation anymore, but just honestly, straight out and say it. Honestly, straight out say it. Let the person know, or you also require to be very honest with yourself and see something for the reality that it is. Okay, so for example, if you're spending a little bit too much money beyond your means, probably be very, very realistic about that, right? Be realistic of where your money is going. Or you may want to look into who's spending your money and where it's going. I'm sorry, but it is here. Oh my goodness, it's so here. It's not even funny. Because the Ace of Swords in reverse actually talks about a sense of either lies, or there is something that is not being seen for what it truly is. Okay, so if you're dipping into your savings, you're not supposed to be dipping in. Be very realistic about this with yourself. Okay, it's very, very highly important. Or someone is dipping into yours and they are not the ones who made it. Well, be very realistic about that too. Don't overthink the situation. Just talk it out, as amicably as possible. Talk it out and see where things are going. If it is a partner, for example, that is lying through their teeth, you guys got to have a conversation. You really do. Okay, you guys have to have a conversation. Otherwise, if you feel that it's the Cancer that is not being, forthright, or is not being as stable as they proclaimed, then you do require to have a conversation about this, because this card over here is like that elephant in the room that nobody wants to discuss. And this is something that requires to be done for the month of May. A real discussion requires to be done for the month of May in order to turn this ace, this knowledge, this clarity upright. Okay, so that is specifically for Cancer. It doesn't have to be about Cancer, but it is a specific message for someone out there, okay, that has been, to a degree, I gotta say, it doesn't even have to be financial, but it's seriously like a pretend life. That's what it feels like, a pretend life. You don't have to pretend. You can be genuine, you can be yourself, you can receive equally. There's nothing to pretend here, okay? And there are no elephants. There shouldn't be any elephants, in this reading here, okay? So just tell it like it is. Tell it like it is. Move your energy forward. Don't be don't be too cold about it either, because I do have this feeling here with this King of Swords that it's a little bit jagged kind of conversation, so try not to do that part, obviously. But there is someone here that needs to kind of you know what, the best expression that came into my mind: check yourself before you wreck yourself. So it is here, okay? It is here. There does need to be an energy here in this reading that requires to really just talk to themselves from a understanding and rational fashion, logical fashion, okay? Okay, and that's it for Cancer. So, Let's continue on with Leo. Excuse me. Let's continue on with Leo.